if anybody out there knows what the heck this man is talking about, will you please let me know?
Hey, Matan, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
What is going on, everybody? Richie here, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive right into things, be sure to smash that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you're somebody new, and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my shenanigans here on the channel. And yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. The Game Awards. It came and it went, just like it always does. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know why everybody and their mama seems to have a problem with what Jeff Keighley is doing. Yes, we can all tell that the Game Awards is one gigantic advertisement. Cool. Okay. Everything in this world is motivated by money. We all know that. You would have to be a complete and utter imbecile to not realize that the entire world is basically motivated by money. So, that being said, let's take the Game Awards for what it is. At least we have the Game Awards, you know? At least we have a gigantic show that's sort of revolved around games to discuss at the end of the year. It's cool. I don't know why everybody gives Jeff Keighley such a huge fucking problem about it. I think what he does is okay. Yeah, I don't know, maybe... I don't think any of us really know what's going on with Jeff Keighley. He does his own thing, and whatever, dude. If he thinks highly of himself, let him think that, you know? I think he does great for what it is. The Game Awards for what it is okay. But that's besides the point. Let's discuss what happened. So, in case you live under a rock, Elden Ring is Game of the Year. And, might I add, I do believe that the comparison of open world games to Breath of the Wild is eventually going to die, and people will be talking about Elden Ring as the open world game that everybody compares the future games to. In my opinion, Breath of the Wild is it was a fun game, but it's kind of boring. It's not as fun as Elden Ring. I'm kind of getting off topic here, but let me tell you why Elden Ring is Game of the Year. Elden Ring is Game of the Year because it sold over 14 million copies. I'm pretty sure it should be around 14 million now. And people like myself who have had a difficult past with Dark Souls games were able to pick this up and basically figure out the mechanics of the game and become a Souls player, essentially. And that is the reason that From Software and Bandai Namco won Game of the Year for Elden Ring, because this is the most approachable Souls game that is out there. There's so many different ways and avenues that you can go down in the game of Elden Ring. Like I said, I could talk about this game for a lifetime. It appealed to a much wider audience, and for someone like me, who the last From Software game I played was Sekiro, which is I would say it's far more of a skilled person's game, which I do intend to go back and play Sekiro. Elden Ring was the inviter. It was for the person. Don't get me wrong, the game is extremely difficult, but if you're willing to sacrifice the time, learn the mechanics of the game, and get the premise down, you can beat Elden Ring. Anybody can beat Elden Ring if they put their mind and their time and effort into the game. but it was a close call. It was a close call. I believe that everybody except for maybe Stray, I do believe that every single game that was nominated for Game of the Year deserved to be there. And I'm looking forward to next year's Game Awards, you know? I feel like generally this year in gaming it's been kind of quiet. Elden Ring has been the game that I have played basically all year, and I still keep finding new things to discover in the game. There's no other game quite like this one. And that's why I believe it won Game of the Year. It won Game of the Year because it pandered to the hardcore Dark Souls fans, and it also had a more inviting approach to new players. You know, if you're getting your ass kicked in one area of the map, you can leave and go somewhere else and level up and come back and get more flasks, level up your health, your strength, your endurance, all that stuff. And you can come back and beat the boss. This game changed my mind about the Dark Souls franchise, and that's probably why it's Game of the Year, because it invited people who are not Souls players to give this game a shot. It's extremely difficult if you don't know what you're doing. You just have to do the research. You have to spend time and try to figure out how to play the game and how to play it properly. There's a momentum, there's a beat to it. It's like kind of like composing music. You know, you have to pick and take your shots carefully. A lot of moves have to be calculated. It's a fun game, and there's tons of fun to be had once you grasp the concept of how to play a Dark Souls game. But yeah, just kind of more or less talking about the Game Awards. You know, we all of us know that the Game Awards is a gigantic advertisement. We get that. But it's cool because you get the world premieres and you get, oh my God, speaking of world premieres, I am so happy that we now know what Ghost Story Games is up to. If you don't know, Ken Levine, the genius behind the original BioShock and System Shock games, has finally showed off his game that he has been working on, which absolutely looks incredible. And I would say, you know, we got more CGI than anything, but we did get a few glimpses of gameplay, and I'm super thrilled and super excited. I think the name of the game is weird. It's called Judas. I don't really understand why it's called Judas, but I'm sure that once we get our hands on the game, we will see, obviously. Hades 2 was revealed, which I think is really cool. I'm looking forward to playing Hades. If you haven't played Hades, it's a really good game. And From Software showed off the Armored Core game, which Armored Core is a pretty niche franchise, but I would say it's one of the more fun mech type games that are out there. Mech games kind of usually are hit or miss, but if it's From Software, I know that it's going to be good, and I can't wait to get my hands on that. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the Game Awards in general, I think they do a good job for what they do. And, you know, it takes a lot to put together a production like that, I'm sure. But we got to stop complaining, man. Stop fucking complaining that Jeff Keighley, his show's too long, this, that, the other. If you keep fucking complaining, maybe we won't get a Game Awards anymore. Like, just chill the fuck out. It's not that big a deal. It's not that deep. We all understand it's about advertisement, but Jeff Keighley's doing a pretty decent job, I would say. So let's give the man some slack. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thank you again so much for listening and watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.